Now, the United States of America has decided to deal with the first-time illegal entry as a civil offense, which is, in effect, a violation of federal law. But it's a civil violation, not a criminal violation. When we started down this path, we didn't do, and we're not doing at this agency, anything different today than we did during the Biden administration, the last Trump administration, or the last Obama administration. Nothing. We're simply doing what we always do. When we engage someone, and I'll use traffic stops as an example, we run warrants checks on everyone because we're looking to see if there's any warrants for their arrest. Prior to this Trump administration, the 1.5 illegal warrants for deportation were not in the National Crime Information Center. So when we engaged these people, we had no way of knowing that there was a federal ICE warrant for them. We do now because ICE has put those warrants in our system. There's approximately 1.5 million existing deportation warrants. Depending on whose data you want to look at, there's between 10 and 18 million illegal aliens in this country. Listen, folks, and this is where our conversation tipped over. All of this is Congress's responsibility to sort out. And what we suggested yesterday, there needs to be a path forward for those that are in this country. They came here illegally. They violated the federal law, but it's a civil violation. Currently, they have no criminal history. They're not committing crime. They're employed. They're not on government assistance. They're not creating problems. Their children are in school. They need to be required to speak English through a program. There needs to be evidence of positive community integration into our society. But those people who are adding to the American dream and enjoying the American dream that came here illegally, I might add, but they're doing good and they're not a drag on society. They're in fact helping society. We need to find a path for them. And the reason for that is simple. They're doing what's right. And they're helping the economy. They're helping the community. They're adding to the wonderful society that we have in the United States. But there's a lot of folks that are here illegally, that are committing crimes, that are violating the law, that are being incorrigible, that are dangerous, that are violent, that don't care what the laws are. Listen to me, folks. There's 2 lifetimes worth of work for law enforcement to deal with them. And for the law enforcement agencies that aren't appropriately dealing with them, get on board and get with it. That's important. But at the same time that we literally are overrun with arresting those that are violating the law, that are here with illegal, that are here because there's warrants of deportation, because they've been ordered out of the country, because they've not done what's appropriate, that's a full-time job for all of us. But the illustration, one illustration that I give, there's a lady that's about 40 years old. She was brought here illegally as a teenager by her parents. She's married to an American. She works. She doesn't violate the law. She has no criminal history. She's not currently violating any laws. She's adding to society. That's not the problem person. There's millions of problem people we need to be dealing with. Our conversation yesterday focused on a path forward for those that are here doing what's right other than being illegal. Set up a system. You waive any further due process if you don't comply in 5 years with learning to speak English. You're not taking any government handouts or money. You're working, your kids are in school, you're socially interacting in the community. Then, if you meet these standards, that you can move up to the next level. Why is that necessary? Because the way our system's designed, we can't get 18 million people out of this country anyway. So we need to set a priority and focus